Hello everyone, welcome to the next episode of SpongeBob Now. Today, I will be talking about new fish in town, and love that squid. First, I'm going to talk about new fish in town. Enjoy. For weeks, Squidward has been working on his music and finished putting down the notes to perform with his clarinet. Before he can start, a sound from his neighbors leads him to dropping his entire work onto the flame of a candle that burned on both sides. Therefore, his work was destroyed. Going outside to investigate the sounds, he finds Patrick hammering a sign on his front lawn. When SpongeBob suggests Patrick to strike it one more time, the hammer pushes it all the way into the gravel, only to destroy the sign. Squidward goes to his neighbors, complaining, asking what the noise is about. SpongeBob replies by saying that Patrick is renting out some property. A delighted Squidward thinks Patrick is moving out, only to find that he is renting out his yard for extra cash. SpongeBob asks Squidward to be on the lookout for takers who might want to stay on the yard while the duo goes jellyfishing. For a while, the cultural neighbor enjoys peace from his neighbors, only to be interrupted by a resident named Howard. Lying to Howard about the rent sign being outdated, Howard plans to leave until Squidward says he is just kidding after Howard says he would have wanted to do many things that Squidward also enjoys. Howard invites Squidward for some tea and wants to discuss each other and the other neighbors. SpongeBob and Patrick return, finding Howard's mobile home, and Patrick is excited about meeting the new neighbor who hates what Patrick and SpongeBob do. Knowing that the two would convince Howard to leave, Squidward makes plans to hide the peaceful neighbor from SpongeBob and Patrick. Thinking that the new neighbor is shy, they wanted to come back later, which was really soon. When they are back, Howard and Squidward are performing with their instruments on some music. Hearing SpongeBob's laugh, Squidward tries to hide it by saying the sound is his broken clarinet. Instead of fixing it, he makes a wooden fence, followed by a stone wall. Then Squidward puts zippers to shut their mouths and then bulldozing SpongeBob's and Patrick's houses off a cliff, making the two follow it. Howard sees enough hiding and wanted to see the secrets behind the laughing and then finds the jellyfishers who are also playing with Bubbles. Before stopping them, he gets used to the jellyfish and Bubbles and become one of the annoying neighbors. Dismayed and clearly enraged by what he is witnessing, Squidward states he can't tolerate the three. He angrily brings Howard's mobile home out of place and pushes it off a cliff. Squidward becomes disappointed for almost having a decent neighbor, so SpongeBob and Patrick try to cheer him up by having him pop a bubble. He goes along with it, but the bubble keeps floating away. A panicked Squidward goes after it, and jumps off the cliff and gets a hard landing, leaving him exclaiming, "Jellyfishing bubble blowers!" at SpongeBob and Patrick. Next, I'm going to talk about Love That Squid. Enjoy. At the Krusty Krab, Incidental 107 is ordering food for Incidental 14. He doesn't realize that Squidward is on his break and can't read his sign. Incidental 14 sees that he can't read and reveals that she can't read either, so he comments that they were meant for each other before they leave together. Learning that his books about love are only torturing him, the depressed Squidward throws away a romance book he was leaving and impacts on evil wisdom. When SpongeBob tries returning the book, Squidward claims the book is just a cruel reminder that I'm single, and likely to remain that way. SpongeBob tries cheering Squidward up by pointing out that while he's currently never found true love, that doesn't automatically mean he won't ever find it, and adds, there's a squid for every pot. But Squidward complains about that being a very cliched saying. Just then, a female octopus customer walks in and Squidward becomes instantly smitten with her. The woman admires the restaurant's decor, and Squidward believes that she's perfect since they seem to have the same interests and hobbies. Squidward decides to ask her out on a date, but when she comes up to the cash register, Squidward becomes too nervous to ask her out on a date. Just as the woman is about to leave the restaurant, SpongeBob turns on the motor that's in the boat containing him, Squidward and the register, and manages to prevent the woman from leaving. Squidward's still too nervous and love-struck to say anything to her, so SpongeBob introduces them to each other, during which it's revealed that the woman's name is Squilvia. When SpongeBob tells Squilvia about Squidward, she agrees to go on a date with him later that night. After she leaves, SpongeBob points out that Squidward was pretty nervous back there and asks him about the last time he went out on a date. Squidward gets even more nervous when he realizes just how long it's been since the last time he actually did go out on a date, so SpongeBob offers to help him prepare for his date with Squilvia by making him go on a practice date. As practice for the real date with SpongeBob is dressed like a girl, Squidward is tested at SpongeBob's house on complimenting about his date, giving flowers, driving to dinner, and having dinner, much to his annoyance. He drives in a circle from and back to SpongeBob's house, which would be where the restaurant is. At the restaurant, SpongeBob's roof, Patrick serves plastic dinner which he literally takes a bite out of. When Squidward has had enough, he leaves and shouts angrily over how it was pointless. He goes down the stairs, and SpongeBob convinces Squidward to come back, but his shoe gets caught, causing him to fall down the stairs, revealing his true identity. Frustrated, Squidward yells at him for his pointless practice date acts that wasted his time. Squidward turns around to leave until he sees that Squilvia showed up and saw everything. He expects her to be disgusted with him, but she reveals that Squidward's true personality was better than what she expected. Squidward is excited over this before he thanks SpongeBob for the help as he and Squilvia go on their date. Pleased by the display, SpongeBob comments to himself that his work is done, only for Patrick to show up while being dressed like a girl similar to the way SpongeBob did, demanding him for a movie and plastic popcorn. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos. Goodbye everyone.